I wanted
Yeah.
to start out though with, because the elephant in the room, in everybody's living room right now, is that we have a war, not a war,
A
going
war,
on.
not a war, an
Or
excursion.
not a war.
An excursion.
It's an excursion. It's just an
That's a fucking
excursion.
no. An excursion is what you do when, like, George Carlin used to talk about a place for your stuff, and you go and you go to the hotel and you got your stuff, and then someone goes, "Hey, come over to the island where we're staying," and you take more stuff over there. Then they say, "Let's go out on the boat for a little excursion," and then you take a little more stuff
Excursion.
out on the boat.
Yeah.
That's what an
Yeah.
excursion is, not
Right.
this. Sorry, no. But he
But
meant to say incursion, is what I heard.
incursion.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
It's the
you?
countdown. I love the countdown.
It's the final countdown. Diddle-oo-doo, diddle-oo-doo-doo. And ties in with our subject matter today
Oh, you're right. It does.
about the
All
final
right. Very
countdown.
good. Yeah. So welcome back to
Hello. Yes.
Grandma.
Was not
Not
right.
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 Grandma's
That
not
was
right.
terrible. That was terrible.
That was terrible. We should probably do that again. Ready? 1, 2,
Ready?
3. Gra-
Grandma's.
Grandma's
What
not.
the?
What? Is there a delay?
I think, I don't know. Is there?
I don't know.
Try it again. Ready?
Grandma's
Grandma's
not
not
right.
right. Close enough. Fuck it.
I don't know. This whole remote recording
It sucks
viewers, I'm
ass.
speaking with you. This remote viewing is a little tricky.
We'll
A
get it,
remote
man.
say. So we're gonna try to figure out a way to do this
Excuse me.
together again. But
Well,
yeah,
we are grandmas.
we are grandmas.
Somebody's going to take one look and go, fuck these bitches. I'm not watching this horrible shit.
We're frustrating the shit out of these people that know their tech, especially if they're, the ones that are the what do you call them? What do you call the kids now that do all the
Influencers?
Yes, thank you.
You know what? First of all, once again, we're banking on that maybe we're going
That
to
any
have
of
people
them
that are
here
going to
or
watch
what?
these. We're going to get
Well,
so good that people will look at these and go, wow, they were real shit when they started.
I
They're
don't
so
mind
good
being
now. Excuse me. I just took my Flonase. I apologize. It's terrible. So we're in honor of St. Patrick's Day. I do, yes, out of my Harry Potter Universal Studios butterbeer pitcher, I do have my
nice
usual wine and White Claw.
wine and White Claw, and I've got my Cabernet Sauvignon
However,
with
I
my
wanted something green.
my mineral stained glass because I use them all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And
Hey,
our
listen
water out
though,
here is full of minerals, so yeah,
I only
I
wanted
suck it.
I only
It's
wanted
green.
one Guinness, but they don't
Yeah.
sell them in one, and they don't sell them cold because they're not, not at where I went to, and they only had like, which I could drink at room temperature. I have no problem drinking my beer room
Was that
temperature.
how they serve it in Europe?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
But I didn't want a full 4-pack. I just wanted one, and I couldn't find one. And I was not going to pay $20 for a bottles of Bailey's. And it gives me indigestion anyway. If I drink it, I can't drink it. Coffee anyway. Blah blah blah. So I got this buzz.
What is that?
This
What
is
is
called
I
a buzz.
can't see.
Oh, it's called a buzz ball.
A buzz
Buzz
ball
balls.
cocktail.
Okay, it's a
Wow.
little plastic. It's a little plastic doohickey, and it's got a
Okay.
regular pop top. In case you don't know, I know, Cheryl, you're not a connoisseur of liquor. I really shouldn't be proud of that, but
You're
but here's the
Irish.
thing. Here's the. It's green. It's a limerita. It's a limerita. And I just got it
Limerita?
all over me. Limerita,
Limerita. Okay.
like a
Well,
margarita, but it's a limerita.
here's the thing. We do our podcasts on Friday nights. And then I edit them on Saturday and schedule them to go up on Sunday. So Friday nights, end of the week, Wendy works 2 jobs and babysits her granddaughter. I'm with my son all week
Mhm.
long, 24/7. So Friday nights, I drop him off at his dad with his dad, and I have Friday, Saturday, and then I pick him up Sunday. So Friday nights and all day Saturday are my days off.
That's right.
And so Friday nights is like a let loose time for us. And you
Exactly.
bet your ass I'm going to drink my wine.
And I know there are certain people who say, well, it's really not good for what the ailments that we have. And it's like,
Uh,
I don't get
Hey,
tanked.
uh,
I don't
uh,
drink and get drunk.
let me correct that.
Uh-oh.
I found that because I'm type 2 diabetes, I found that drinking red wine, in particular dry wine, so it's got to be like Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
actually lowers my A1C. So in the mornings, I used to have a skyrocketed A1C, or, when I take my
Yeah, yeah,
test.
yeah.
So drinking this red wine, as long as I don't drink too much, has somehow helped to lower it. So in the mornings now, it's fairly normal.
Right.
My
Wow.
readings have been pretty steady and normal lately. So it is good for me for some reason. I just have to be careful not to
Well, of
overindulge.
course. Yeah. Yeah. My goal, I don't even care if I have to take out a loan. I will do this. If I can keep the weight off for 1 year and really be good about it, I want to purchase myself a tummy tuck because that skin down there is really loose, the old fupa, if you know what a fupa is. And so
Yeah,
that's something I wanna do. That's it. I just want that. I don't need boobs. I don't need anything else. I just because that's never gonna go away. I stretched it out and I was in shape after I had my 2 kids and you were in shape after you had your kids, all 4 of them. We were in shape and this happened after. This happened between my 40s and 50s. I just went downhill, especially with some emotional things that happened in my life. And it's like instead of 2 steps forward, 1 step back was 2 steps backwards, 1 step forward, and I just got into the abyss, man. So for
yeah,
me, that I will. I have no problem doing that, and I would tell everybody about it. But yeah, I did. Look at my flat stomach, bitch. I went and got a surgery. I'm not going to be one of those that's like pretending that it's all natural. I would totally be upfront and honest. I'd be so excited about it. Like, look what I did. So I'm serious. That's my plan. I don't care if I'm 70. I'm going to get it done. That's a goal in my life right now. I swear to
that's all
God.
right. I feel like we all have to live our lives in a way that makes us happy.
Yeah.
But some of the things we're going to talk about today,
It's not going to make anybody happy.
it also might be completely contradictory to what I just said, but we'll figure it out. But first, I want to show our shirts. Happy
Oh, it's a little
St.
kitty
Patrick's
cat.
Day. Yeah, you gave
Happy
me this, I
St.
think.
Patrick's Day.
Oh, yours is cute. Mine has a unicorn kitty.
Okay. So
Okay.
mine is because it's our school mascot, the school I work at, which is funny
Ah,
because I work for the county. This is a district school. And so every Friday when I started working there with the old teacher, every Friday Spirit Day. So the kids will wear everything like leopard print or whatever. And so I bought a bunch of stuff,
that is cute.
like for every holiday to wear every Friday for the month or whatever. So
Yeah,
anyway, that's why I have all these shirts with leopard print.
that's
I'm not a leopard print person per se, but that's why I have so many
well, that's an
little leopard
adorable
prints.
shirt. And
Yeah,
and I
yours
have
as
to
well.
say that, St. Patrick's Day, while we don't necessarily celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and they don't celebrate it really in Ireland, but
Yes and no.
I mean, I
Kind of
know,
like
but
we do Cinco de Mayo.
yeah, yeah. But what I wanna say about that is just that this is kind of usually in honor of our grandmother, and, we really embrace our Scottish and Irish roots. So, grandma isn't with us anymore, and we
But she wasn't the I'm
she
sorry.
what? Well, she
She
wasn't
was
I get you.
I'm just kidding. She was the Buchanan, man.
She
So
was
I'm
the
fucking with
Buchanan,
you.
and
I'm
she
just
was a
fucking with you.
Scottish person, and our grandfather was the but our
Right.
grandmother loved St. Patrick's Day. She
Yeah.
loved Irish
Yeah.
music, she loved everything
Yes.
Irish.
Yes.
She was
She was so
Scottish.
proud of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I know,
I hadn't even
I'm just
really
being a
thought of it
dude.
that
I'm
way.
being a dick. I'm a dick.
My Irish grandmother.
I
Your
gotta
Irish
shit on
my
everybody.
grandmother's an
Hey,
Irish, she's Scottish.
I used that at work today because the girl said I was wearing this. She goes, "Why are you all dressed up? It's not even till next week." And I looked at her, and she's like your daughter, Kristen's age. And I went, "Because I'm Irish, man, and it's a whole month-long celebration." And I said it like kind of like that. And I think she knows I'm joking, but she's not always sure.
Not
And then
sure.
she starts laughing, and I go, "Dude, my mom's maiden name." And they're like, "What?" Because they're
Oh,
Mexican. They're Mexican, and it's so
did you
cute.
tell them the
They
story about our cousins? You need to tell them the story about our cousins.
are cousins. Oh, no, I
Carlos
told them
and
all about the
Ernesto.
cousin stories. Oh, yeah, dude, I told them all
About
about
why
that.
their last name is McManus and how funny it was when they were in the service.
No,
Did you hear that
what are you
story?
talking about?
When
What
they
the
were in the
fuck?
service, Carlos told
No.
me about when he
Oh,
was in the
those
service.
cousins.
Those
Oh, no,
cousins!
you're right, I haven't told them that.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks for the tip. Oh god, I'm gonna talk to her about that for sure next week. I'm gonna let her
yeah.
know about that.
Sorry, viewers. It's a funny story. Anyway, well, our uncle, McManus, he married a woman from Mexico named
Yes.
Maria,
Mhm.
and she had 2 boys, and they had no dad in the picture. So when they came over, they got married and they came back to the States for a bit. Um, he adopted,
Mhm.
and so their last name became McManus. So when they went in the service, they got just teased relentlessly about their names. When they did a roll call or something, it'd
Yeah.
be like McManus, and of course they're
Yes.
expected to see some white or red-haired freckled kid or something, and here comes this Mexican young guy, good-looking guy, just ready to go, and he's
Right?
not Irish. So they teased him, and I just remember that
Yeah.
story. I thought that was kind of cute.
It was
Yeah,
like that.
it was
Jesus
it was very
McManus.
right. It was very obviously not an Irish first name, but definitely an
Yeah.
Irish surname.
Right, right. So that must have been
Hilarious.
hard. I
And
think they
but
were
but
very
our
grateful though.
but our great grandfather was from Scotland. Our maternal grandfather was from Ireland. So,
Yes.
and our grandmother loved the celebration of the Irish
Oh yeah.
culture. So
Yeah.
this is in honor of them.
Definitely. And you know what?
And this is cliche stereotype honor of our Irish heritage.
There you go.
So
Oh, drink with
bottoms
my
up.
limerita.
There we go.
Limerita.
hmm So
So here's the
happy St.
thing.
Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
I do want to point out I follow
Yes.
a I follow this little bar on YouTube. It's in Dublin. God, what the hell is it called? Good Lord. I've watched it so many times. But anyway, it's really cool. It's a little bar and they have a camera that shows the little square there where this bar is. And they do have like an exact what is the word? Not exorbitant? No, extravagant. It's like a display for Christmas. They had like all the lights and the trees, and now they still have all the lights and they have shamrocks.
hmm
So I know that they're, and I'm sure that's like you said, to appease travelers, like come to Ireland,
Right.
St. Patrick's weekend or whatever month, and they put that up. So that's cool. Oh, it's called the Temple Bar.
Hmm.
And it's my goal. I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want someone to steal my idea, even though someone of our followers, you never know, might. But you know what I'm going to say. I have to go there and I have to do something on that street in particular that we like to do around the world or around the country,
Yes.
everywhere we
Yes, you
go.
do.
I need to do something there. And when I do it, somebody has to film it while they're watching YouTube at the same time. It's 8 hours difference and we have to coordinate it, but my goal is to get to that damn bar in Dublin, Ireland and do that shit. So we need to take a birthright trip to
We
Ireland
do. We definitely do.
before we get too old.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So, we were talking earlier about you wanting to do a tummy tuck and
Mhm.
talking about
Yes.
I was looking at how old person my hair has gotten, and I look at myself
Ah,
sometimes, but I think at my age, it's like I'm old, I'm
yeah.
invisible. I don't really fucking care anymore. I mean, I care. I shouldn't say that because I do care. Obviously, if I didn't care, I wouldn't look at my hair and go, "Ew," you know.
Well,
But
yeah, I
the
got
reason I bring
thoughts
this
on
up
that, but
is that it's we're going to talk a little bit about men and how how our taste is all different.
yes.
Men and women, our taste is different.
Yes.
So anyway,
Well,
go ahead.
no, I just want to interject on that because, and I know you're not saying that about me, but I want
Oh,
to
no,
point
no, no,
this
no.
out. No, no, no. No,
Yeah.
I know you're my sister, my best friend. I know that. But I do want to point this out so people understand from my point of view. For me, it's like I don't wanna be so graphic. People are like, "I don't wanna hear about that." But people who know, yeah, I'm 5'2 3/4", and, there's a certain number I have gotten on the scale that I don't like, that I need to lose like 40 or 50 pounds for me. So, the fupa issue, the little roll issue, it's not even that anyone's ever gonna see it, that I don't need to, but in clothing, to be honest, even wearing
Yes.
jeans, or I can't
Yes.
wear dresses because it looks like a little tiny, it looks like someone took a little tiny taquito sized towel, and it's like some kind of rope that's under my clothes. I mean, that's what, so anybody who knows what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
it's not that big. I know a lot of people go, "Oh, well, you're so tiny compared to me." Okay, well, you're bigger and I'm sorry you have that issue. For me, I don't like looking at it, and it's heavy. It's just like when your boobs sag, and when I take my bra
Yeah.
off at the end of the night, they sag so much, and I'm not even that big, but it's so much that it's uncomfortable. I feel the weight. I don't like that feeling. It's like a sensory issue is what I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
you.
No, I
And
totally understand
yeah.
that.
So for me, it's important because it was a mistake. Like I said, it was a mistake I made. I made a mistake in gaining so much weight and losing, gaining, losing, that my skin is not going to go back. And if I lose 50 pounds, I want to get it off because it's just extra, and that's not meant to be there. Like if I would not have done that, I wouldn't have that extra skin. So that's the my point of the story, is that's the
No, I
vanity.
get
I don't
that.
want to get a boob job. I want to get actually a reduction. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I get
I'm not
that.
I'm
It's
not
for
doing it to wear a
comfort.
bikini.
No, I know. But you'll as we go on with this episode, it'll become clear why I say, we all have to be comfortable in
Yeah.
our skin, basically, whatever it takes to feel good about yourself.
Right.
But that being said, some things about ourselves are
Yeah.
dictated by what society says is
Oh
beauty, or
yeah.
what society says is normal, or
Definitely.
um or what some influencer told you is normal, right?
Yeah. But before that
So
was magazines. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, I wanted to
Yes.
start out though with, because the elephant in the room, in everybody's living room right now, is that we have a war, not a war,
A
going
war,
on.
not a war, an
Or
excursion.
not a war.
An excursion.
It's an excursion. It's just an
That's a fucking
excursion.
no, an excursion is what you do when, like, George Carlin used to talk about a place for your stuff, and you go and, you go to the hotel and you got your stuff, and then someone goes, "Hey, come over to the island where we're staying," and you take more stuff over there. Then they say, "Let's go out on the boat for a little excursion," and then you take a little more stuff
Excursion.
out on the boat.
Yeah.
That's what an
Yeah.
excursion is, not
Right.
this. Sorry.
But
No, but he
but
meant to say incursion is what I heard.
incursion, because
'Cause he's
but
stupid.
yes, he is.
Cankle McTaco Tits or
Ignoramus.
something like that? I don't know.
Cankle McNuggets, taco tits, or something. I don't know. That comes straight from the I've
Sorry.
had it. What end did that come out of?
That's me not having my inhaler all week. Don't get me started. I do have a doctor's appointment. So, mother, if you're listening,
Sorry, that
I haven't told you
that's
yet, but I do have a doctor's appointment.
I think you're lying.
That's
That sounded like a fart.
that wasn't
Totally
a fart, dude.
in a hard vinyl
No.
chair. Are you sure?
I could do it again. No, just kidding.
I didn't
Sounds
hear
like
it.
a smoker's cough, but I didn't smoke
No,
enough to get a
I'm just
smoker's cough.
teasing. Anyway, all right. So
Yes.
that's not a funny subject, the whole war thing. I don't mean to make light of the subject,
No, it's awful. It's
but
awful.
it's the fact that we know that it's I mean, there's just a whole thing about this where it's obvious that it's part of this whole there's so many facets to it. Let's cover this up. We'll go to war and cover this up.
Yeah.
We'll go to war and we'll get rid of a lot of poor people. We'll go to war and we can make a bunch of money off of all of the technology and this and that. Let's go to war and see if it stimulates the economy.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
let's go to war and usher in the end times. That's what the big one is, right?
Well,
They're
yeah,
getting all
we're
the
yeah, we'll
support
get into
because they're
that.
ushering in the end times.
Yeah. But
So
wait a minute.
I have a new name for that. What we're
Okay.
living under right now. It's prophecy derangement syndrome.
Oh, I
I
like that
like that
prophecy
prophecy
derangement system syndrome.
syndrome. PDS,
Excuse me. That
prophecy
limerita's getting there.
derangement syndrome. Yes.
Okay. So let me make a comment on that. Sorry. Terrible. Hey, it's the St. Patrick's Day drunk
St.
show. No, I'm
Patrick's
kidding.
Day,
So
the drink show.
I may forget it where I was like right
That's
now.
so
No,
kidding.
it's just no, what you were saying about the whole,
That is just gross. It's embarrassing.
do you put those
It's
in the
minerals.
hey, do you put those in the dishwasher?
I do. That's why.
What a fucking idiot. Man, that has a
I
gold
know.
rim on it. Have some class, would you?
You know,
We're not
I
hillbillies
don't.
anymore. Could you just take those wine glasses that have the gold and not put them in the dishwasher? I'm just fucking with you, dude. I'm just fucking
I
with
know.
you.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, but like it's the wagging of the dog, the whole
Yes.
wag the dog movie. It's so unbelievable. It's the weapons of mass destruction all over again.
Right?
They want
Yep.
people to believe, hey, we've talked
Yep.
about this before. No, look what's going on over here. Look what's
Right.
going. I know everybody's like, oh, distraction from the Epstein files. But you know what? Aside from all that, I don't give
It's
a shit. I don't care
it's
about,
more than that.
yeah, the Epstein files are important. I care about them. This is a whole lot fucking worse.
It
The
is.
Epstein files, shit. It's like a mouse in a fucking maze. Oh, here comes a mouse. Oh shit, I hit the wall of the Epstein files. Oh shit, and now I hit the wall of at the Minnesota shit. Oh, people are pissed about the Minnesota shit. And now here's the mouse going for let's do the Iran war. Guess what? People are going to do this and they're going to say, because the gas, I went to get gas today and I'm like, fucking Arco,
Yeah.
$5.39 or whatever it was. And went,
Yeah.
son of a, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we just all have to do our part. Are you going to do your part? You had fucking bone
Yeah.
spurs. You didn't do your part, motherfucker. You didn't do your part.
Yeah.
And your 6'7", 9", whatever son you have, would you let him go? If it was
No.
now, he'll never get drafted
Well,
because he's got
hey, you know
immunity.
what though? All of those kinds of people, all the billionaire kids, if they did institute the draft, all those billionaire kids would be drafted for the Space Force, where they get to sit in a cubicle and they get to do computer stuff to keep track of our
Yeah.
satellites. That's what
Space
they would get
Force.
drafted to do.
Yeah.
Stateside work. Because
Yeah, of
Space
course.
Force.
Dude.
So so the belief that Jesus is going to return with Armageddon,
Oh,
and
yeah.
therefore let's make Armageddon happen so Jesus will come. That's really what you think.
I'm sorry. It's just like even
Uh,
when we talked about it and I read it in the docs. I read it in the docs and I went, I laughed so hard and just like
it's
because you and I think
crazy.
so much alike and it reads so ridiculous. And by the way, I listened to Trey Crowder's weekly skews and Mark Agee is his partner on
Yeah,
that they his podcast partner.
great.
I want to clarify podcast partner. They're not partners. But anyway, so they call him Smart Mark,
Smart art.
which I would, by the way, I have a whole thing about that. Side note of podcasts that I listen to where one is a little bit, I would say they talk about self-deprecation and one's always smart. And one of these days I'm gonna compare you and I to each podcast of Who's Who, and I'm gonna say like you're my you're my Mark Agee to my Trey Crowd, like I'm Trey Crowder. So I have to figure it all out. But I was thinking about that one day and I go, oh, I need to do a podcast tribute like for Cheryl and I and where our levels are. But anyway, but no, but Mark was saying the same thing, like what you said about they're trying to, well, they're in a kind of catch 22. You want the prophecy to come, but you can't force a prophecy. So it's like, what are you doing? You're trying to either fit the prophecy around what's happening, or you think you're gonna create a prophecy, but that's not
Right.
how prophecies work. You
No,
don't make a prophecy, idiots.
no, they're pretending. And the thing about it is, do they not get the concept? I mean, even though I don't believe in the whole
Sorry.
prophecy thing, but I would say if there was some kind of a built-in prophecy in there, there's a mysterious uh um buildup or
Right,
steps that are taken or things that need to pan out in order for that to be fulfilled. Certain things have to happen naturally. You
right,
can't just force it to happen. That's just ridiculous. That's like me telling my son, your plate has to be empty before you get dessert.
right.
So he takes his plate and he scrapes it all into the trash can and then wants dessert.
That's such an autistic thing to do.
Well, he's never done that, by the
No,
way.
but I'm
He
laughing
eat
at it
it
because
because
he's
he was told
autistic.
to
That
eat
would
it.
be
But I'm saying the whole point is you
yeah,
eat your meal, and then if you have room, you get dessert if you want it, right? That's
right,
your
right,
reward. So Armageddon is, or the return of the Savior is, you fulfill all these things you need to as humans. And when you've done what we need you to do, then we will return, right? Well,
right.
it even says in there that you'll never, that we won't know. So how can
You
you
don't know when
force
it's
something to
coming.
happen if you're not even
Yeah.
supposed to know when it's going to happen? It's
Well,
just so dumb. It's
well,
so
and what's
dumb.
well, it's I don't know how old I was that I kind of made these realizations of people claiming the end times and all that. I mean, I had heard it. You know, we had a whole podcast about kind of things, our church experience or whatever, our spirituality. But first of all, I don't believe in any of that, to be honest. Again, I'm agnostic. I guess it could happen. We have so many fantasy movies, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. I could go on and on. Those are the ones that are in my wheelhouse. I know Narnia was obviously Christian based books that
Right.
all had like a savior. And
Right.
you know what? I'm not saying it couldn't be possible. I don't have to get on board with it and say that I have to bend my knee. Okay, I'll go to hell or whatever. Okay, that's the choice I've made. But I don't believe that it's true because there's too many people who believe in too much shit in the world and things that came before Christ. The Zeitgeist movie. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it was propaganda to some, but it was eye opening to me. Like I already felt that way. And I'm like, my people. I already knew
Yes.
at 9 years old. It did not. None of that shit made sense to me at 9 years old. And as I got older, I'm like, oh yeah, there's people who believe the same way I do. Anyway, aside from all that, um, they want to save Israel, but somebody made, and I think you had made the point somewhere in the docs about you want this prophecy to come true so bad, but people don't realize by making the prophecy come true by saving them, everyone has to turn to be what they are and
Yes.
or what Christians are, whatever it is. Like, do
Mhm.
you not understand that I don't think people really understand that. They don't understand that a lot of the Israel part of saving Israel is because of the prophecy. You're
Right.
basing our laws and our war initiatives and a lot of things based on a prophecy. And I know there's people who are dumb as shit in this world who don't know that. Even the
They
ones who go to church
exactly
don't know that.
right. They don't read it. They repeat what they're told, but they don't
Like a
read the
fucking
stuff.
robot,
And
like a
and the
robot.
thing is, I even wonder, okay, if okay, there's two things to say here about I'm not gonna say his name, but the leader of Israel, okay?
Yes.
There's 2 things to say there. One is, I think he's got something over our leader, and that he's our leader is doing his bidding because of whatever he has held over his head. That's what
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
But there's the other thought is, okay, he really believes in this thing and believes that, since his nation became was recognized as its own nation, that now it's time for him to go ahead and take over the rest of the Middle East because that's supposedly part of their promised land or whatever the case is, right?
Right.
And but the thing is, if they're going off of this prophecy, then he and his people will need to kiss the feet and bow down to the Christian Savior in order to fulfill the prophecy. So either it's bullshit and it's just being used to get as many people on board as possible,
Right.
or he believes it and he is going to force his own people to completely change their allegiance to whatever their religion is. So either way, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Well, and like when we had some commenters that were, I assume, are bots or very extremist people. I don't believe that people that commented on our short videos were really women who are being oppressed. If they were, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Why aren't there more? I don't know. But it's like, okay, yeah, the governments there are doing terrible things to women and all this stuff. Why haven't we done anything before? That what was her name? The one that, oh, I can't remember her name. She's actually in one of my granddaughter's little books about strong women leaders. Malala?
Oh,
I can't,
yeah, yeah,
is that right? I don't want to sorry, I don't want to butcher anybody's name.
Malala.
Yeah,
Isn't it
like
Malone?
like, talking about people who are oppressed and all that. And it's
Mhm.
like there's so many countries that have had these kind of issues, and we only jump in when it's good for whoever's in office. And right now, this mother lover needs a distraction, and
Mhm.
he doesn't care. I'm sorry, he's not Christian. He doesn't care about those people. I guarantee you 100%. I'm not even going to be one of those like, "Oh, well, I can't say 100%." No, I fucking feel it in my bones with
100%,
100% that that
100%.
mother loving ass hat does not
Mhm.
have one Christian bone in his body.
No.
He does not go to he doesn't go to church. Like, this funny. I'm a complete, like, agnostic atheist, but I respected that the people who walk the talk. If Barack
Mhm.
says I'm Christian, I go to church, and he does, and no one can dispute, hey, I see that motherfucker in church on Sunday. Every Sunday he's there, or Biden, or whoever.
Right,
I
right.
respect that. Even if I'm not religious, I respect the hell out of that. Don't you dare say that you're one thing and you're not just to get
Yeah,
votes. Fuck you, man. I don't care if
yeah.
what it was. I don't care if you were trying to get on board saying you were an atheist. And then I go, yo, I caught you at church, you liar. I'd call him out on that too.
It's all about, authenticity and integrity.
Right.
And
Right.
that kinda leads me to, I don't know, well, let me say this first before we move into a
Yes,
different
ma'am.
subject, but, I had this thought that what if, and I know there's the Sophia prophecy and others out there about the rise of feminine wisdom. So I thought, okay, you remember when I came up with the Eve's Crossing thing? Okay,
Yes.
years ago, I started off with wanting to create like a website and a group and all this stuff. And this was years ago, before, I think, even before Facebook. And
Okay.
I had this book in mind, a sci-fi novel in mind, and all this stuff anyway.
Right. Right.
But the title was Eve's Crossing. And the whole idea was that at some point, women are going to cross that line and realize, wait a minute, Eve isn't to blame for everything. We're done with that.
Right.
We are done with
Yeah.
that. We're done with patriarchy, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking now, because I still am in that headspace, is the end times, and you can find this in a lot of different places, but the end times, rather than Armageddon in the sense that they're destroying the world and that Christ is coming back. No, what if it means that the feminine wisdom rises up to take control of things and bring things back to a balanced state.
Right.
So what if that's what it is? It's the dismantling of the patriarchy and the rise of a balanced, harmonious way of running things. We're not
Right.
saying women will be in charge. We're saying
That
women will have a
yes.
seat at the table and all will work together for a better world.
And see, that exactly
And
what you just said, because that's where my mind went too. Obviously, people who are critical thinkers or right, or I should say left mind thinkers, it's not about being better. I think
yeah,
that men are so intimidated that they're like, you want to try and say that you're better than us. No one,
no,
I don't know who's saying that. If some women are saying that, I don't believe in that. I'm not saying we're better. We just want it to be equal. And they're like, oh yeah, you want to
it
be
is
equal, but
equal.
not when someone comes around and you want to protect her. I'll tell you what, I don't care if it's a man or a woman, I'll take whoever's the strongest. And I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but in certain areas of my life, I'm actually stronger than some males in my circle. So if there's a protection to be done, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty agile that it might be me. So that's not the thing. It's
No,
numbers. If I lived with two women, I'd feel safer that there were two women that were coming in and out of the house and people saw that there was two other women living here. If I was living by myself as a woman, yeah, I'd be feel vulnerable. But the
yeah,
difference of, oh, there's two men. Yeah, I joke about it and I say it's nice having my son here, but my son is also 35 and could kick some serious ass. So yeah, would do I feel that's because of his age? You know what I mean? Like if I
but
lived with a man who was equal to my prowess that I can run and I can fucking punch and shit, yeah. But if it's somebody who I'd have to take care of, then that's not equal. You know what I mean?
yeah, but let me say this. And this comes from a meme I saw recently that just blew my mind because I thought, why didn't I ever think of this? Someone asked, and I think it was a screenshot of somebody's like X post or something. But someone said, so, because I think that there was a discussion about women don't need men or whatever. And someone said something like, well, if there weren't any men, who would protect you? And the woman's answer was, from what?
Right.
What do we need
Right.
protection from as women? We
That's a
need
great
protection
point.
from men. So if there
Right.
were no men, we wouldn't need protection
Crickets.
from shit.
See,
You
now
know?
listen, when you go back and edit this and you say, what do you need protection from? I hope that you will add cricket noises
I will.
because
I'll
that's
pause
kind
it.
of right. Because that's the whole point. That's a great point because
Mhm.
when people get mad, they get God, some people get so angry about the
I
I
know,
pick the bear over the man kind of shit. And
right?
it's like, yeah, if I see a bear, I know my life could end, possibly end because it's a violent creature. But with a man, I might be tortured in more heinous ways and psychological damaging ways besides that
Yes,
bear just wanting to eat me or protecting that cub and just wanting to end my life. Where
right.
men who want to hurt you do it in a let's go to all the crime dramas you've ever seen where they cut and they poke and pinch and pry and rip and tear and drill and yank and any other word you can use that a bear just goes, oh, this human needs to die. Where a man who does that to a woman who violates a woman does all kinds of
Okay.
crazy stuff, poops in little circles around their body. Like I think that's what the freaking Richard Ramirez or whatever his name
That's
did,
awful.
and
Wow.
then carved something in her chest and all that. So it's like when people guys can't get that. They're like, "Oh, fucking bear, the bear thing again." It's like, yeah, because you don't get it. We're not saying that if I'm taking a walk in the woods, I see you. Maybe you're a good guy, but you don't understand from a woman's
Right,
standpoint. We don't know. I see a
right.
bear. I know what that bear's all about. I already know what that bear wants to do. With a man, it could be anything, and they don't get it. They'll never get it because they've never been a fucking woman. And no offense, even a trans woman, unless she has gone through that where she's been in a position where she's been accosted. Okay, I'll give her that. But in general, let's face it, a man does not know what that's like, you know?
No.
They don't get
And
it.
the thing is, being, um, the the con what do I want to say? The competitive conquering, constant need for conquest, and
Yeah.
the dick fighting, constant dick fighting, you
Dick
know.
fight.
It's like
That's
dick fighting. My dick's bigger than your dick, and I'm
look,
gonna sword
man,
fight with the dick.
I'm
What?
not
Dick
I would
fighting.
like
Sick
to
of it.
see a video of dick fighting.
Actually, that would be kind of funny.
I'm afraid to look that up. I
Like,
may have to look
tie
that
an
up on my
appendage tie an
I may have
appendage on it, and like a sword kinda
I may
thing.
have to look
I
that up
wanna
on my
see if there's
incognito
such a thing
Google so
on
nobody thinks I'm some kind of weird pervert, but I do wanna see some dick fighting. That'd be
that
great.
would be pretty funny,
Guys with their
actually.
hands behind their backs
That's
like a
like
fencer, dick
that's like
fighting.
naked gymnastics. It'd be awesome to watch.
Look, man, I won't tell you who it was. I'm just gonna say naked acro, baby, naked acro,
Oh, yikes. Okay.
naked acro. That's all I'm gonna
Yikes.
say.
That could be
Do
dangerous.
with
But
that what
anyway,
you do with that what you will.
be careful, make sure your hands are chalked up well, that's all I can say. Um,
Wow.
so I also wanted to talk about, though, just on the last subject, that
Yes.
it's funny to me that it's okay to cheat, lie, abuse, steal, and I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure I got this right.
Yes.
It's
Say
okay
wait,
to
wait.
cheat. Uh-huh.
Okay, wait, ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead. Say it. No, I'm ready now.
It's okay to cheat, lie, abuse, steal, murder, and covet as long as it's in the name of Christianity. That's basically what they're saying. So they can forgive all that's going on with our leader
Yeah,
and with anyone in the administration and with anybody else, even MAGA supporters. They can excuse all of those things. It'll all be forgiven so long as you do it in the name of Jesus, because you're fighting the enemy. So
right.
it's just a bunch of shit. It's a
Yeah,
bunch of shit. Excuse, 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 because you want this to happen.
right.
Well, what do you think's going to happen if it really does happen? Who do you think is going to be condemned?
Right. Well, that's just like that Don't Look I keep going back to the Don't Look Up movie because the end,
Oh
man,
yeah.
the end is so
Yeah.
fucking good. But it's that kind of thing where
Or
whether you think it's spiritual, that there's some magic, because I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this again. Y'all don't like witchcraft. Y'all don't like magic. It's all witchcraft. But every fucking thing that God did and that Jesus did miracles is a magic. It's
it's magic.
magic. That shit is magic. And when you say,
Right.
well, why doesn't God talk to people now? Like he did then. Like it sounded like he had a fucking bullhorn back in the Bible when I've read it. Like he talked to the people. Well, he doesn't need to anymore. There's all these excuses. Okay,
Oh,
whatever.
of course.
But the
Of
whole
course.
thing is everything in religion. I don't care if you're Mormon, Catholic, Jehovah's Witness, Scientology, whatever your thing is, every single one of them has something, a story that's miraculous, almost beyond belief. And to me, it sounds like fucking magic.
Magic.
But because it's in the name of God and Christ or whatever, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's
And it's
okay.
like, you can't get on board with that. But whatever the cause is, like the people in Don't Look Up, something's going to get you, whether you think it's an alien or it's God or whatever. Everyone's going to be held accountable, but not in maybe the way you think it's going to be. It's going to
Right.
be whether it's environmental. You fucked up the earth and now you're going to pay the price.
Right.
Um,
Right.
you know,
It's all
you
about
you
consequences.
you fucked with an alien race somewhere and now you're going to pay the fucking price for that too.
Right.
So I think that people don't realize that it's going to be in some other kind of way. They're waiting for something to
Right.
happen. It hasn't happened. I was told, I know you were told, I was told my childhood when I went with friends to church, this is going to happen. Waiting, waiting. Well, it's not going to happen, happen when it happens. It's like 2000 years. Dude, when? What is it now?
It,
20 you know, 2026, like when, dude?
yeah.
And
Well,
everything that happens now, oh, it's end of times, end of times, end of times. You've been saying that for
right.
fucking 40 years plus in my lifetime. And even before that,
Right.
what are you talking about, man?
But they're ushering it in. So it might happen now because of what
Because
they're
they're
doing,
making it
right?
so they're
So
manifesting it.
they're
They're
making it
making a
happen.
false Armageddon,
So
is what you're
so so
saying.
so let's say they succeed and everybody blowing up everybody else and there's only a handful of humans left in the world
Right,
and everything has to start over again. The planet's not going to die. The planet's going to rejuvenate.
right,
You know, you're not going to knock out the whole planet, you know, but you're going to definitely make it really difficult for humanity to survive. So let's say that happens. Um, would people just be sitting there going, "Where's Jesus?
yeah,
I haven't seen Jesus yet." Why? If he exists, why would he come? You blew up the planet on purpose, you idiots.
right.
You don't deserve me.
That
I mean, don't they
and
see
that's what
that?
I mean, like, I'm sorry, but there are not enough people to take up. And in the Bible, it's the 12, what is it, the 144,000, which a lot I know
Right,
Jehovah's Witness believe. That's the part of the Bible that they believe that he's only going to take the 12 churches that are
right.
12,000 each, which is 144,000. Okay, maybe, hey, I'm going to say maybe they're right because you know what? At that point, there will be maybe only 144,000 people on a planet of billions
Alive.
of people that are actually good people. Hey, if that happens, I guess they deserve to go. But that's the thing. To me, it's like this. But what's that movie, The Day After Tomorrow,
Oh,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's another one. Oh, 2012. I don't know which
Oh,
one it was where they end up in the little pods in the end. They're like little Noah's Arks kind of thing,
yes,
whatever.
yes.
Or that little cartoon Titan AE where they take all of the, flora and fauna and animals of the world in little test tubes, and they put it in the Titan AE, the floating little
Right. Oh,
orb or whatever to start a new Earth. Okay, there's all of those possibilities, and the whole thing is like, okay, maybe they're right because whoever started us, whether you wanna call it God or aliens, people here before us, somebody knew, "Hey, in about I don't know, maybe 2000 something years, you fuckers are eventually going to blow yourselves up because you always do. Every time
always
we
do.
repeat this process, you fuckers always fuck it up. And
Yep,
guess what? There's only this many people who are going to make it. Somehow that got misconstrued to
right,
uh only so many people are going to make it to heaven, when it to me
right,
it's like so many people are going to be able to get off this earth before it blows up. That's
right,
my estimation, and you and I both believe in the chariots of
right.
the gods and all of
Mhm.
that stuff. So that makes the most sense to me that
Sure.
somebody predicted something long ago in the telephone game. It's the
Whoa.
fucking telephone game, and all of us are trying to fight people who are living the goddamn telephone game from 2000 years ago.
Yes,
That's what
and
I think.
who's been, how do I say this? Who have been calling the shots for over 2,000 years?
Well, first of all, white
Probably
people for the
before
most part.
that, but
Just kidding.
no, I'm saying,
No, I
you
know what you
know,
mean.
that, it's been a any of the matriarchal societies out there or the balanced societies, unless somebody comes and completely upsets their society,
Right.
those societies have maintained a nice peaceful existence because they're not out trying to compete against each other. They're not out trying to kill each other, and take each other's stuff. They're in
Right.
a situation where they're helping each other rise.
Exactly.
Okay, so how okay, this I'm trying to figure out how to transition into this next subject, but it kind of fits because here's what I want to do. I'm going to pull something up real quick. Okay, so what I
Yes.
want to do is I want to talk about how how men well, I'm gonna play this thing from Leslie Jones real quick because I wanna
All
talk about
righty.
how we talked before about the the men who are whining and crying little snowflakes because they can't find
Oh, what we talked
partners or
about last
whatever.
week.
Yeah. Yeah, what we talked about last week. Well, and here's the thing. How do I say this? Gosh. Okay, from my generation, my perspective, at least for me,
Yes.
I've always been interested in, for the most part, I mean, I've had few little flings through the years with less than manly men. Let's just put it at that. But I've always really had a thing about what I would call a manly man. Now,
Right.
that's just my own preference. I really appreciate a man that can fix a car, fix a tire,
Right.
build things, do yard work and stuff, but also someone who knows his way around the kitchen and the laundry. You know what I mean? So like an
Yep.
all-around dude that just tries to
He
get
does
things
what
done.
need he does what needs to be done and doesn't go, that's your role, my role. Just does what
Right.
needs to be done.
And I'm attracted to my man for his personality and for all the things that all those talents and skills that make me feel like, wow, between the two of us, we could survive anything. Okay? So
Yeah.
that's important to me, right? So I'm going to show
Yes.
pictures of my man
Yes.
only because I want you viewers to know that this is my man. This
Yeah.
is what I
And
am like.
I can vouch for this man because he is my brother. He's not just my brother-in-law. He literally is a brother. He's a good man. And I have to say, people when I always describe him, I go, he looks like a Hell's Angel. He looks like he would hate freaking all brown people of color. But it's like he barks a lot, but he's really that gentle guy, and he loves you, man. We all of us always talk about and, I joke and go, "Oh, fuck you and your great relationship. Ooh, good for you." No, but seriously, I think I laugh about it, and I'm not jealous in any way. I'm so happy for you. He loves you so much, and, like, you are the queen. He never betrays you. Like, even when we're out on the road and we'll joke around about stuff, and I'll be like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell my sister what you're eating." And he goes, "Don't you tell on me. Don't you do that." We joke around, but never in ever in our relationship with him has he ever said one bad word. Like, guys will go, "Oh, my wife, this or that." He's never said anything bad, like even in joking about you. So I know he is a
Well,
one man woman and he loves the shit out of you. And I am a little jealous, but that's okay. I got over it.
I know, I'm sorry, and
Okay.
I'm grateful and I know how lucky I am. But here's
Yeah.
the other thing.
But he can be
He
a dick
allows
too.
yeah, well, yeah, but I can be a bitch, right? But he
I love him,
allows
but he
me
can.
to be myself. He allows me to be myself,
Mhm.
and we can have heart-to-heart discussions about things, whether it's
Right.
politics or anything, and we can actually sit and talk about things, and even if we have a different point of view, neither one of us are gonna say, "Oh, well, that's stupid. I don't believe that," or we're
Right.
good about talking together. So,
That's
the
good.
reason I bring this up is just because I want the viewers to understand that the next thing we're gonna talk about, you'll know why this connects.
Okay.
Okay?
Intrigued.
So, all right, so I'm gonna show you pictures of my man. Let me
Okay.
see. Here we go. All
I'm a
right. Let's see.
man.
Okay,
I'm a
so this is my
man.
man. This is my man now. Can you see it? So there's
Oh, there we go.
my hubby
Yep.
playing drums, okay, because he's a
Right.
drummer.
Yep.
And then um
Oh, excuse me.
that's him ready to climb up on the roof and fix, I think he was putting tarps up there because it was leaking.
That's not the
Okay.
time he broke 3 ribs and never went to the
It
doctor like a
might be.
champ?
It might be. And then this is me and him together. All right. So
Oh.
again, I bring this up because I'm going to play a clip from Leslie Jones
Yes.
that's just priceless. She's trying to let men know, hey, um, maybe the reason that you are having trouble finding the right woman is because you're too competitive, you're always dick fighting, you want a woman that wants to just sit there and be your little slave, all the things that you want are not what women want. And
Did
it's
she
been
say slave? No,
years.
I'm kidding.
Huh?
Did she say slave?
No. No, she didn't.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
think.
Okay.
Sorry. But anyway, your little maid. How's that? Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's probably better.
Men who want you to be their maid, their mommy, and
Yes.
their sex toy.
There you
Okay?
go. That's good.
Women don't wanna
Yes.
be that. They
No.
wanna be an equal partner and best friends. So,
Equal
un
partners.
unless you want that, or go find a MAGA, uh, right-wing religious trad wife, because that's
That's what we
basically,
that's what we
that's
talked
what
about last time.
that's right.
Why
So let
can't
me
you find
play
them?
this,
Why don't you go on all those Christian
right?
dating sites? Come
So
on,
let's
why are yeah, no, it's all
let
bullshit.
let
That's why.
let's see what these men that she shows on in her podcast or in her show,
Okay.
listen to what they say.
Of men aged 18 to 24 have never approached a woman in person in their life.
Half of young men haven't approached women ever. Talking to a woman is easy. I've seen y'all beat a game of Madden in 20 minutes. But you can't take 2 seconds and say hey to a woman? Women are way easier than video games. We have one button you need to figure out how to press. One! Just one button! Where are the daddies? Where's the uncles, the older cousins? Y'all don't have no good role models. Instead, you got these creeps.
Women are so ridiculous as people.
One of the biggest mistakes we made was letting women have rights.
Women usher in all of the bad things that happened in society forever.
Yeah. Fellas, these toxic podcast guys aren't here to help you. Their entire business model relies on keeping you alone and angry and buying their sponsor flashlights.
So my point of showing that is you've got all these podcasters and all these men in this particular generation that are, confused. They've grown up
Yeah.
at a time when, of course, we've got, the cancel culture, we've got the Me Too movement, we've got all this stuff. So here are all these young men that are confused, and then they turn to these podcasters who are filling their minds full of garbage,
Yeah.
making them feel like they have to look a certain way, act a certain way. They've got to command women. That the women are the problem. It's the women's fault, blah, 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 blah. And no, it's not. It's because you're listening to these men tell you how to treat women, and then you're manscaping. That's why I showed my hubby. My hubby doesn't manscape.
No, he does
He
not.
does not manscape.
He wouldn't
And
even cut his hair. You had to talk him into cutting his hair to trim it.
Well, and not only that, but it's like nose hairs, ear hairs, whatever, eyebrows. It's like he doesn't manscape because that's just not him.
Wait,
So
dude, if he
there's
gets
nothing
to the
wrong.
no, if he gets to the Ernest Borgnine level of eyebrows, I will fucking tell him, you need to fucking tame those eyebrows, bitch. No ear
I
hair.
know.
Fuck that
Yeah.
shit. Anyway.
But I'm not saying that, men who prefer to be very well groomed and
Yes.
manscaped,
That's
that's
fine.
fine. I don't care. Shave
Yeah.
your whole body. That's fine. That's not,
Yeah.
I'm not attracted to that. So, my thing is what I have. But
Right.
my point is, if you feel like you have to do all that in order to be attractive to a woman, but your personality, you're a dick, it's not going to matter. I don't care how
Right,
handsome you are, how
right.
perfect you are, how perfect your clothes are, how much money you make. If you're a dick and you treat women
Yeah,
horribly and you don't see their worth, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get laid. You're not going to get
right,
nothing.
right.
It's like, wake
No,
up,
that's so true.
boys. Wake up.
Yeah.
My advice to you young men as a almost 66-year-old woman
Phew,
is
can't believe it.
do not underestimate the intelligence, the wisdom, and the passion of any woman. You can
Yes.
find a good woman, but you've got to change a lot about your attitude. And that's the bottom line. You got to stop watching these dumb podcasts. You got to
Yeah.
stop thinking that it's the woman's fault. Nope, it's not.
It's so amazing, and I know we touched base on this about the low birth weight and all that last week, kind of with that similar, vein there, but
Again, I am one who believes you have to be comfortable with who you are and how you want to express yourself,
right,
period.
right.
So if that means surgery, if that means tattoos, whatever it
Do
is
it,
for you,
man. Dolly admits it.
I
That
firmly in
bitch has got
support
her
of that.
boobs done all those years. She
I
admits it. She
I
feels the
feel
same
like,
way.
but I feel like if you're doing it because you think it's going to win you more favor or more
Oh, yeah.
or more attention from the opposite
Yeah.
sex or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
it's like, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And then um I don't know. I just even with men, don't put yourself through a bunch of stuff because you think that's going to win the person.
Oh, I
It,
get
it-
where you're
it's your
going. Yes,
it's your
yes, yes.
personality. It's how you treat somebody. And oh, the other
Right.
thing I was going to say is
Yes.
you brought up um all of the what was it? I don't remember what it was you said. I've had too much
Uh-oh.
wine already.
Boo
But
boo.
here's what it brought up for me. That if if you are compassionate, loving, kind, um you try to do for others, you want to help others, you want to respect other people, you're curious about them and their life, and you want a win-win all the time for everybody, that to me is an attractive person that I want to
Oh,
be
yeah.
around. That to me is what a spiritually grounded person behaves like.
Right.
So I'm not perfect. I fuck up
No, I'm not either.
every day, man. I backslide constantly, but I know that there's this goal. Each day I want to reach this goal. I want to be
Yes.
this good, and I try
Right.
to measure up to that. And I feel
Hmm.
terribly guilty when I screw up.
Of
S-
course. That's
So I
called
guess,
conscience.
yeah, huh?
That's called conscience.
Yeah, conscience, exactly. And it's like I feel like that conscience is what when they say, god, how did Mike put it, my husband put it a certain way
Okay.
yesterday
I would love to hear
about,
it.
yeah, he's so wise, sometimes it's scary, but he said something about, you know um when people talk about how to get into heaven, or how to, how do you know that you've lived a good life or whatever. Well, it's, do you know that you've always tried to aspire to be a good person? Have you
Right.
always tried to tell the truth? Have you always tried to help others? Do you feel horrible when you say something mean to somebody? Do you feel horrible when you've done something goes against everything that
Right.
you were taught? It's that conscience
Yeah.
thought, that conscience, that little voice in your
Yeah.
head
The
that
Jiminy Cricket, if
is,
you will.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the measurement. So if you're not listening to that, or you're not hearing that,
Right.
um, then you're probably not in the right direction. You're probably not in
Exactly.
alignment. So how
Well,
can any of these people pushing this war, or,
yeah.
jumping on this orange Cheeto bandwagon, how can they really,
I
really be truthful to themselves about it?
I know, I don't get it, man. That's like, I it's it's crazy because, you'll hear someone, whether you're at work or whatever, family around town, and people talking, and you hear them say certain isms, and you're like, wow, really? Like, even if I go to work and in my head I'm all, F that B, I I'm gonna do this, and they're not doing what they should be doing, and blah, and they're not even mad at me, but I'm just making a scenario in my head, and then I go, "Come on, man, really? Do you really feel that way?" Like, everything I
Yeah.
say, even if I criticize somebody at the school, at the gym,
Mhm.
whatever, there's always that little voice that goes, "Oh, but really? How?"
Yeah.
And I always have to justify it, and if I can't justify my feelings, I have to step it back and go, "Fuck you, man. You don't have the right to
You
feel
were
that way."
just being
Just
a
stupid shit like
bitch.
that. So
Yeah.
that to me
Yeah.
though is someone because when I have to check myself, am I a bad person? Am I a good person? My therapist will always tell me what a good person, and I always tell her, but am I really giving you my good side? Like, I don't
Right.
think you really know me. I don't even know if I'm
We
coming 100% to you,
we're constantly monitoring
I
ourselves.
mean,
That's so
that's what a
funny.
good person with
Constantly.
conscience
That's
does.
that's mindfulness, really.
And
Oh,
you know damn well that Donald Trump does not
no.
self monitor.
No, they
That
do
tells
not.
you a narcissist. A
There's
narcissist does not
there's
ever once think,
yeah.
maybe I shouldn't have said that. Fuck them. They
Mindfulness
don't think
doesn't
that
mean
shit.
anything to them, but I did just
No.
remember what Mike's point was.
Ooh, okay.
Mike's point was, he said, if there's only a select few of people who are taken up in the end times,
Yes.
he said it'll be those few people who really did live their life listening to their conscience and not knowingly do things wrong. If
Right.
you know you're doing something wrong and you do it anyway because it's going to help you get ahead or it's going to get you something you wanted and you feel no remorse, you ain't going. You
Right.
ain't getting taken. You're going to be staying here and burning. That was his
Right.
point.
Okay. On that note, that's a good that brings me to this. Again, I don't want to say too much, but I can tell you off camera if you don't figure this out. But we have a mutual friend who's very spiritual and constantly posts stuff that's correct. She's absolutely correct in her posts about how we should be. And I follow her. You probably follow her. You were very close to her at one point, I would say. And I look at her posts and I'm like, you and I, every time we do a podcast, we go totally against all that she's trying to do as a spiritual leader. And I want so bad. I like her stuff, and there's times when I want to like say, oh, you're right on the money, but I don't even comment because not that I'm ashamed, but I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so not in that place." She has to be on it. She's in a position where she has to totally lead her flock, and I respect her for that, and I love the message that she has, and if she knows who I am and who you are, and she knows what I'm talking about, and that it's about her, I love that what she's doing, and she's
Yeah.
so fucking right, but it's that whole thing like, God dang it, she's right, and I can't get on board with it because I have no self-control. You know what I mean? I'm
It's,
gonna talk shit about people. I'm gonna be angry.
I
And
know.
she's like, why be angry about this? And I'm like, oh my God. Cheryl and I were just angry about this subject on our podcast. And I can't even say anything about it because this girl really is doing what she's supposed to
Yeah.
do. And I
And,
can't
and,
meddle with that.
and knowing if I think I know who you're talking about, and I have high respect for this person,
Yes.
and absolutely agree with everything she says because
Yes.
I have another family member who is in line with that same kind of
Yes. Also your family
philosophy,
member. Yes.
and I've been in that philosophy, but
We both have
I'm
been there.
I'm still I'm still working on a lot of shit.
So
And
if you, if,
I'm
yeah,
climbing that ladder a little bit
yes,
every day. I am not there at that
yes,
level where they are yet. And I will try, but I think that some of us have to be warriors too. It's like we all have our place. We all have our
yes.
place right now, and I think that some of us have to be warriors for, yes, I am mad. I am mad that in my lifetime we're still fighting the same fucking fight. Yes,
Exactly.
I'm mad.
Wait,
And
wait, wait.
yes, I'm going to speak out.
Yes. And sorry to interrupt, but we're fighting the same fight as in people of color and their rights, LGBTQ and their rights, women and their rights. I know
Mhm.
I'm getting this all out of weird order, but and it's the fucking same shit over and over. And we
Yes.
never it's like that movie. I love that movie Holes when Sigourney Weaver says to Shia LaBeouf's
The
character,
buff.
I believe,
Mhm.
and she goes, if you keep digging his holes, he's not going to learn his lesson. You can't learn your lesson unless you dig your own holes. So it's that kind of thing where they fucking never learn, man. They never learn the lesson. They keep
Yeah.
making the same mistakes. And it's like, when are you going to learn your fucking lesson? Women have learned lessons. LGBTQ have learned lessons. People of color have learned lessons, but it just seems like there's a certain group that never learns the lesson and always cries a foul and always cries it's everybody else and not us. And I'm sorry, but the group always seems to be straight white people, mostly
And
men,
and
you
talk
know?
about weak ass snowflakes.
I know, they're so
Eh,
butthurt. Oh,
they won't do what I
wah.
want. No women like me.
No women
There's
like
not enough
me.
babies being born. White people are dying.
It's so ridiculous. Get
Like,
over
stop
yourselves.
crying, you frickin' snowflake, and
Ah,
man up. Pull up those pants.
by the way, I heard something. I don't know who said it. They were laughing about something about Teslas crossing the borders of different places because they didn't want to get drafted or so. I don't know. It was or, or, or something, or that they were lining up to vote. I don't know. But it was just this whole big thing on another podcast I heard. And I just thought it was funny. Like, there are those people who are like, I'm gonna be a off-grid person and I'm gonna have my bunker and my guns and everything, America, America. And then the minute a draft comes, woo,
Yeah,
they're nowhere to be
right.
found, man.
That's
They
right.
dipped out.
Yep.
I got bone spurs too. I got
No.
bone spurs. Nope.
No. Nope.
No. No.
No.
No. So yeah. Oh, Wittershins didn't like that. Fuck you, Wittershins. I don't care about you. Oh
So
gosh, sorry, my nose.
I think we probably have talked this one out, but
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
I'm just I'm just really disappointed
Yes, that's the
in the
beautiful
number
word,
of
disappointed.
people because they're jumping on this Israel bandwagon. And it's like I love it has nothing to do with what you think about Jewish people or the Jewish religion.
Yeah, it's
It
not
has
to do
nothing to
about
do with that.
that.
It has to do with the leader of Israel being a madman trying to wipe other people off the face of the earth because he wants their land. And that's what it
Right,
boils down to,
right.
and it's all for this biblical prophecy, and so you're going to kill a
Yes.
bunch of people for something that it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And if this is like ushering in something, and if there is some great Messiah that descends and comes down to tell us how awful we have been, then I'm going to say, all right, well, I guess I didn't get the memo on how I was supposed to behave. I thought I understood, but
Yeah.
I
Oh, but
guess
you
I'm
had it, Cheryl.
done.
You had the Bible. The Bible told you everything you needed to know, which, by the way,
Yeah, but which
you
version
can't
of it?
base it on something that's going to be 2,000 years in the future that
Well,
you don't even know what's going to happen.
well, it's like which
No,
version?
sorry.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Incursion,
crazy. And
excursion, incursion.
one last thing that I want to say,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
and and you can fact check me on this,
Oh,
but somewhere I read that the King James Bible is named after,
Yes.
he he was he was gay.
What?
He had male concubines.
I hope that's true. I really hope
I
that's true.
I think it is.
That would be
Check it.
awesome.
Check it,
That'd be
and
awesome.
if you wanna dispute that or back it up, tell me in the
Yeah.
comments. If you've been
Please
with
do.
us this long today of
Yeah.
this video, then I wanna hear that. And for all of you who are out there, can't we just be nice? Do we have to keep arguing? Do we have to keep hearing ranting, blah, 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 blah? Yes, we do.
Yes. I'm
Yes, we
sorry.
do.
I don't care. Look back through the past. Did we have to keep arguing when it was the North against the South? Did we have to get arguing when the Indians were being oppressed? Native Americans, Japanese internment camps,
Women
civil
being allowed to
rights,
vote.
women not allowed to vote, gay
Yeah.
people not allowed to get married. I'm sorry. Where do you draw the line? Because see, that's the whole thing is that,
Yeah.
oh, well, I was okay with the black and white thing, but not the gays. I was okay with women
Right.
voting, but not black and whites getting married. Fucking cherry picking. Everyone has a little thing that they don't like because based on what
Right.
their upbringing. So screw you, man. You're either all or nothing. Everyone has rights or no one has rights, but you can't pick and choose.
Absolutely.
Everyone has rights.
You're
F
either
you.
all free or no one's free.
Yeah.
Because until
Yeah.
all are free, we're not really free.
And here's the deal. The people who walk the talk. I will say I want to count on my hand, basically in my life of my 58 years, I'd say conscious. What? You're conscious when you're maybe 6 or 7 or 8. I'll even give 8. 8 years old, you're maybe conscious. So 50 years of consciousness about how people are. I could say maybe 5 people in my life that were religious that I actually fucking respect because they
Yeah.
actually held to their truths and they didn't judge people. And they, even if they didn't believe that something was right, they still fought for you to have the right to say what you wanted to
Yes.
say. So I'm
Yes.
telling you, it's a very limited list, maybe
Right.
5 people that I believe in fucking 50 years of my conscious waking life. Because
Right.
I don't care. You can spout all you want about how you go to church, but I don't really believe gays should be married. Well, F you.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that blacks and whites should get married. Oh, you're really up my ass. That's it. You're on my fucking list. And
Right.
then women or whatever. Women are subservient to men. Nah, sorry. Nope.
Yeah.
Next. I don't care what your Bible says. I don't follow your Bible. Your Bible has no right in my laws. I don't believe in any of that shit. I respect that you believe in it. And if you're a good person and you go out and help the community, good for you. But if you don't and you're just a mouthpiece for your Bible and your church,
Mhm.
no, none of it. None. It's all or nothing. That's how I feel.
Amen, Wendy.
Amen, sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So that was
So we were going to say at the end, I don't think we have any emails that we need to address, but I do need to say something that was bothering me. I made a note of it because it kind
Get
of
it off your
bothered
chest,
me.
Wendy. Get it off your
Well,
chest.
we were talking about the Olympics or music. I don't know what we were talking about. And I said, I was listening to like a metal band that was in the last Summer Olympics. And I said, and they had some black female singer, French singer, whatever. And I just kind of stopped myself and I'm like, why did I have to say some black female singer? It's like I could have just said a French female singer that they featured on the opening ceremonies of the Summer Olympics. Now, having said that, if someone said Beyonce, everybody has a visual and whatever. I didn't know this lady's name. Actually saved all of her music on my Amazon because I really love French music and it was hip hop and all that. And I talked about that I think it was the 2 episodes ago or maybe last episode. I think it was 2 episodes ago. And it was just like, but I felt like I needed to address it. Like I make those mistakes and anyone listening now or maybe 5 years from now when maybe we'll get popular, I don't know, that they'll say, why'd you have to say black singer? It's like, I just meant she was a French singer. The opening ceremony, she happened to be black and I loved her voice and I love her. She's cute as a button. But anyway, so there it is. So I just wanted to say that, but I'm sure it's
Well,
not that big of a deal, but it was a big deal to me after I listened to the podcast. I went, "Oh shit, that didn't sound right at all to me." So,
oh, I understand. And
uh,
we're trying really hard
not sound like
to
stupid
not,
old white lady Americans.
yeah. Well, and we are. I mean,
Yeah,
being born in 1960,
and
there's
67.
a lot of stupid baggage hanging on
Yeah,
of stuff that we're trying to navigate better
right,
because inside, we feel one way, but sometimes stuff comes out of our mouth just because we feel the need to categorize and
right,
identify and,
right.
which
Well, and they
it's
talk
not
about
necessary, but
I am fully aware and fully accepting of any criticisms on things I've said or done that pertains to race, LGBTQ, but not women's rights. Fuck you, I'm a woman, so
that's right.
you can suck it on that.
All right. Well, you all have a very great St. Patrick's Day. Today is the 13th that we're filming this, so
And
I'm saying
Sunday is the
I'm
day it goes
well,
out, and
Sunday today's
Wednesday is
goes
the
out,
day of
so
St. Patrick's Day.
to cut that out about tomorrow. Happy
That's
St.
all good.
Patrick's Day. We hope you enjoyed
Yay!
yourself. This is coming out on Sunday, so
Please like, subscribe, comment, even if it's, we'll take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you
yes.
know what? We'll deal with it as it comes. Email us at grandmasnotright@gmail.com. And this is our 17th episode, which by the way is kind of cool. 17th of March. What?
17,
Yeah,
17.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
yes.
right.
All right,
And
sis.
so thanks for joining us at Grandma's Not Right.
Grandma's not right.
That's
Thanks. What
right.
is happening?
I don't know.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.